For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them.
Ladies and gentlemen, Monsterverse fans, we finally have some news on the next Monsterverse film. Of course, this is going to be the sixth film entry into this franchise, because we've had 2 Godzilla movies, basically 3 Kong movies, and we've had Monarch Legacy of Monsters, which I still haven't seen. But I'm so happy because we finally have a title for this movie. And I say finally, I am amazed that the title got revealed this early on, because the title for Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire was revealed in April, but it was 2023, and it like 1 year before the movie actually released. Well, less than a year actually. So I was amazed that we got this reveal, and I saw Warner Brothers post this on Instagram. Actually, I saw it on Instagram first. I don't know why they posted it there first. It should have been on YouTube, but anyway. I just saw it. It was portrait, unfortunately. And I was like, dude, is this seriously? Because it's a lot of Monarch stuff. And I was like, okay, is this just going to be Monarch, like Legacy of Monsters Season 2? But no, as soon as I saw that Supernova, I was like, what the hell is this? And then I see Godzilla x Kong. I'm like, hell freaking yes. This is the title. This is the title. Godzilla and Kong Supernova. Look, I'm going to be honest with you, before I say anything else, when I first saw that title, I immediately thought that Godzilla is going to get to a power level which we have never seen before. You know, maybe more powerful than Burning Godzilla, but I mean, I doubt it. But now, of course, there are several videos on YouTube who just, people who just immediately went, there is now, like literally like an hour after it was posted. But my thoughts on it, I agree with most people, is that there is probably going to be something either space themed, or Godzilla is going to be ridiculously powerful, because the evolved version of Godzilla, I don't think we have seen properly. Because they handled evolved Godzilla in the movie in the worst way that they could have, because we saw him take on like inferior titans in his regular form, and then the only time when we get the evolved Godzilla, supposedly the most powerful he's ever been, they put him against an opponent who is just as strong as him. So it just goes to a stalemate. So really, that was the worst way they could have handled evolved Godzilla, in my opinion. But what are they going to do with this movie? Many of you know I was extremely disappointed with Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. I really just didn't like it, because it was too goofy and stupid, but mainly because it was another Kong movie. And I was sitting there frustrated as hell. Where the hell is Godzilla? Why is he only in it for like 10 seconds every half an hour? But it seems like hopefully this movie is leaning more towards Godzilla. Because if you look at the villains that we could possibly have, I say villains, plural, and the fact that you only hear Godzilla's roar at the end, it's giving me a little bit of hope. So let's just talk about it. The villain. Who could the villain be? Well, if you do remember, the teaser for Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire showed Scar King sitting on his throne. Now, of course, back then we didn't know his name was Scar King. We didn't really know what he looked like. We just saw he was a really lanky orangutan-esque character, and his eyes glowed blue. So that, of course, led to a lot of us thinking that he was going to have Godzilla's powers, because to me, that would have been the sickest combination in the world, is having Kong's agility, well, better agility than Kong, but having Godzilla's powers. That would have been amazing. So there, they showcased the villain in the title reveal teaser, because that was an original villain. But the fact that they haven't given anything in this teaser as to who the villain could be has led a lot of people to think that it is a classic Titan. And there are two main candidates who people have chosen. Now, I have not seen any of the original Toho Godzilla movies. I've only seen the Monsterverse and Godzilla Minus One. Yeah, I know, sue me. But there are, of course, a lot of big names there. One of which, and this is what I think it's going to be, is Space Godzilla. And as stupid as this sounds in the Monsterverse, well, it doesn't sound as stupid anymore, given how, dumb Godzilla and Kong the New Empire was. Basically, the story behind Space Godzilla is an interesting one. He's basically Godzilla's DNA that has been shot into space. I would love to know the context behind that. Why has Godzilla's DNA been shot into space? But anyway, it's a part of Godzilla that's in space, just floating around, and it just goes through a bunch of shit. Goes through black holes, goes through all these different things in space, and Godzilla is essentially reformed, except, it's a space Godzilla. It's not like the one we have here. And that is an interesting a way to do it, because I think I really should go and watch those original Toho movies just to see how this was handled. But yeah, that's an interesting thing. And then he ends up back on Earth to just cause destruction, which, I'm going to be honest with you, that sounds very boring. He's just causing destruction. But then again, it is a monster. It's not like a movie villain. He doesn't really need a motive, just destroy shit. So yeah, I can't really hate on it. Can't really hate on it. I think his design looks cool. It's like Godzilla, except it has a bunch of crystals and stuff sticking out of him. I feel like that would have worked, for a Hollow Earth monster design, is to have those crystals sort of sticking out of them. I don't know if any of you played the game Dino Hunter Deadly Shores. That was 11 years ago? Jeez. I started doing a series of it last year, and then I sort of just had a really bad burnout. I haven't played it since. And this was an image. This is a thumbnail. One of the Gaming Beavers Dino Hunter Deadly Shores videos. One of the original series I started watching on YouTube. But this is a lovely brightened image of it. So thank you, James. But basically, in Dino Hunter, there became a part of the game when there were just these blue crystals all over the island, and we had no clue what it was until we had the special event series where you would only use a special gun, and at the end of the game you would get, at the end of that series, you would get a special dinosaur to kill. And these were crystal dinosaurs. Now, the crystals were also a resource you could use in the game. I don't know why I'm informing you on this. I just really missed this game. But basically, these creatures were clearly infected by the crystals. And I feel like this would have been a great... I mean, this is kind of Space Godzilla-esque with the crystals sticking out of it. But I feel like this would have been a great design for a Hollow Earth villain. So yeah, Space Godzilla is sort of the main prediction that we have. And then the second one, which I'm going to be honest with you, this one is really stupid. I don't know why people think that this is going to happen. I am 100% sure it's going to be Space Godzilla. Gigan. Gigan, I know, is one that people have wanted for a long time. But I feel like the reason why people think this is going to be Gigan is incredibly stupid. I say incredibly stupid. I've had dumber theories in my time, but basically, it's to do with the actual glow of the R in Supernova. So if you look at that glow in the hole in the R, people are saying it looks like the eyes of Gigan. Yeah, no. I'm sorry, I do not see that at all. Look, I'm all one for jumping the shark when it comes to theories, but this just makes zero sense to me. I mean, I could always be wrong. I could 100% always be wrong. There were theories that I've made in my time that I was 1,000,000% sure of, and they did not happen. Example, like Captain America Brave New World. I was so sure the post-credit scene was going to involve Bucky, because Bucky would have been in Brave New World and Thunderbolts, 2 consecutive movies. And I was proven so wrong with that. But this I cannot get behind. I'm so sorry. But one more thing that people are pointing out here, and this is so sad, honestly. I really hate this. Is that it looks very colorful, this title card, and unfortunately that is exactly what I said about the title card for Godzilla and Kong the New Empire. And it looks like this movie is going to continue with the ridiculousness, the stupidity, and the goofiness of GXK. Just turn it into a complete fucking cartoon, and probably have Kong rock up with like a full-on Iron Man suit. Godzilla will get all the things that he got on the toys, the mech editions and things like that. It'll look like the freaking Fortnite skin. It's gonna look so dumb. I mean, I doubt that'll actually happen, but still, it's gonna be stupid anyway, because I'm sure that if the villain is Space Godzilla, they are going to go to space. They will be going to space. I'd also like to add another reason why I think it's Space Godzilla and not Gigan, is the origin of Gigan, I think, is far too fetched for the MonsterVerse, because Gigan was created by some sort of alien race, like turned into a cyborg and stuff like that. And I feel like you would have had to have introduced the alien race first before you go straight to Gigan. It's like Batman vs. Superman, how they went straight from Man of Steel to Batman vs. Superman without even introducing that Batman first. So I feel like that would be jumping the shark a bit. This movie is set to release on the 26th of March 2027, which, these MonsterVerse movies love that release date, don't they? Because, I mean, Godzilla and Kong also released on the 26th of March. So, that's interesting. And GXK, I think, had a very similar release date. So, yeah, they really, really, really love that date. But still, that is a long time. That's still just less than 2 years. And again, I'm still amazed we got the title this early. They finished the title card and everything. And I'm just hoping that the title transition in this movie is actually good, because the one for Godzilla and Kong the New Empire was god-awful, like in the movie itself I'm talking about. But I hope that this movie is successful, because it is releasing, I believe, 1 week after Sonic the Hedgehog 4. And Sonic 3 was absolutely mind-blowing. Like, Sonic 3 and the previous entries in both these franchises had completely different experiences for me. GXK disappointed me beyond belief, and Sonic 3 blew my mind. So, I don't know, I hope we can get an equal amount of love for both these movies, but really, I can't say I'm more excited for Supernova than I am for Sonic 3. The MonsterVerse has done a lot to damage my opinion on it, mainly with that last entry, because it was so freaking annoying. But yeah, the fact that they have revealed, well, I say revealed, that they've hinted that this movie isn't going to be a darker version of the MonsterVerse, it doesn't get my hopes up already, because they would have had to do a lot to get me back on board, because I've loved the MonsterVerse, but I can't say that I'm supporting this stupid tone. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. Please let me know all of your theories for Godzilla and Kong Supernova. It is a less generic title than The New Empire, which is good, because the title The New Empire didn't even make sense in the movie. Because it's not like all the apes were supporting Scar King or anything like that. But anyway, yeah, please let me know your thoughts on the title. What do you think about the look of the title card? Who do you think the villain will be? And honestly, just anything that you think should happen in this movie. Just anything and everything, let me know down in the comment section below. And if you did enjoy this video, then please leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.